What's up, beautiful people? My name is Yaira if you happen to have stumbled upon my channel, but you can call me Yaya. I post every Tuesday, but this month, in addition to Tuesdays, I've been posting on Thursdays and Saturdays. Thursday videos tend to be movie reviews because new movies are typically released on Thursday nights into Friday, so it made sense in my head. And Saturdays have been my new series entitled Yaya's Eats, which are cooking videos. Now, I do have other cooking videos besides the last couple, so do check those out if you're a foodie like yours truly. That rhymed. I figured the weekends are when I assume people generally meal prep. Keywords being assume and generally. So cooking videos on Saturdays, again, made sense in my head. It may not make sense to you if your days off are in the middle of the week like me. And on Tuesdays, I've been posting videos on topics ranging from money, Cameroon culture, and today, YouTube channels I've been loving lately. I've got 4 other such videos, and they are linked below if you're interested in knowing what channels I watch. Also, I'm doing 2 book reviews in this video. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Now, if you're a YouTube hoe like myself, meaning you consume a lot more YouTube content than you do Netflix and Hulu, you would have come across Kelly's videos. She's been blowing up on YouTube, otherwise known as ascending the ladder to YouTube domination, or getting a lot of subscribers within a relatively short amount of time. And it's not because she's starting drama or being scandalous. It's because of her approach to filming and her awkward yet endearing personality. Kelly's videos normally start out with her running into her apartment, or jumping out of her closet, or doing cartwheels, or something we may consider unconventional or weird. And I must admit, the first couple of times I saw her videos, I wondered, why doesn't she just get to the point? Why do all these shenanigans first? But I promise you, if you can get past her crazy intros, her content has depth. One of my favorite videos of hers is the one she made about one of her co-workers quitting because of her. I thought it was hilarious. We all have had a co-worker such as the one Kelly was describing. And if you haven't, you ain't missing anything. Trust me. It's the one who is always there, and annoyingly so. She's always in some manager space giving tips on how to improve the workplace. Meanwhile, she's part of the problem. She never does any work, or does the bare minimum and likes to boss people around and then complain about other people not doing their job. People like that need to get slapped. If you watch her videos, you understood that reference. But more on co-workers later when I review Issa Rae's book, because she discusses how to navigate different kinds of co-workers. My second favorite video of Kelly's is the one in which she's responding to hateful comments about her. Those 2 videos were recorded in her car, and somehow they are structured and super entertaining. And then there are her vlogs. She recently moved to Boston but used to live in New York City, and so you know there will never be a dull moment. Now she's moving again, but to where I don't know. But she's performed K-pop choreography in public. Meanwhile, she's supposedly an introvert. And she thinks of herself as a tiramisu connoisseur and traveled randomly to Boston from New York for cannolis. Well, we now know she was apartment hunting, but it was so great to watch. Something I'll totally do if I didn't have a 9-to-5. Travel from Florida to Atlanta for some good old Southern cooking. I can't say enough good things about Kelly Stamp's channel, and she calls her subscribers the Stampede, which is so genius. And speaking of genius, The Woman in the Window is exactly that. I finished reading it back in July. Now is a good time to click off this video if you would like to read the book, or are in the middle of reading it and don't want me to spoil the ending for you, because I will. Okay, time's up. Okay, so the story is a thriller. It gives me the girl on the train vibes, which by the way, I have reviewed. The video is linked down below. So The Woman in the Window was inspired by a couple of movies in the film noir genre, the most obvious of which are Rear Window, which I have seen, Vertigo, and Gaslight, which our main character references a lot throughout the story. So our main character, Anna, watches her neighbors from her window, not because she's creepy, but because she can't leave her house. She's afraid of the outside. She has agoraphobia. She drinks a lot and is on a variety of medications, and has a therapist. She herself is a therapist, or used to be. At first, I thought her drinking was the reason her husband Ed and her daughter Olivia don't live with her, even though she speaks with them every day. And then halfway through the book, it is revealed that her husband and her daughter died. She killed them, by accident. She was driving while arguing with her husband about her recent affair, daughter in the backseat, when she got distracted for a split second and then drove off a cliff. Her husband died on the spot. Her daughter died at the hospital, and then she was the sole survivor, hence why she can't go out anymore. She can't control the outside, but at home she is in full control of her surroundings. But what really kickstarts the story is the new neighbors moving across from Anna, a family of 3, just like she had once had. Anna takes a liking to the new boy Ethan, because for 1, she's lost a child, and for 2, she used to be a child therapist. But Ethan is interested in Anna for other reasons. He finds older women interesting, not necessarily in a sexual way, but in a case study type of way.
Somebody been smoking and drinking. Somebody been smoking and drinking. Somebody been smoking and drinking.
In a shocking twist, Ethan, not his dad, was the one who had committed the murder Anna had witnessed from her window. But no one had believed her because they all said she was hallucinating because for 1, she mixed alcohol with her meds. And for 2, she had not seen the killer, only the victim bleeding with a sharp object protruding from her chest. The story was such a good read and gourmet writing. I really liked how unpredictable it was. I didn't know how the story was going to end, or who the killer was, but there were subtle hints throughout the story. Much like the girl on the train, all arrows were pointing to one person as the killer, and the killer ended up being someone I least expected. There was supposed to be a movie coming out last May based on the book starring Amy Adams, but honestly, who knows when that movie will be released. I'll be sure to do a movie review on it whenever it drops. I hope it does the book justice. The Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl, a book written by Issa Rae, is my second book to review. That book was such a good laugh and very relatable. For 1, she's West African, and I'm West African. She's from Senegal, well, half Senegalese, half American, and she speaks French. I too speak French. She admits to having a terrible sense of style and wanting name brand clothing in middle and high school. So did I. I used to think if I could just get a baby fat sweatsuit or a pair of apple bottom jeans, I would be the coolest girl. I also wanted a pair of Timbs so bad, but them Jones were $100. Now that's all I wear to work in this Florida heat. I wouldn't classify myself as a fashionista now, but my style has definitely improved. I'm no longer trying to copy people, just wearing what suits my body type and personality. Issa had also given up meat for a while, but reverted back to eating meat. I gave up meat a year ago in a week. Will I ever revert? Well, you just have to wait and see, but for now, I don't miss it. Issa also writes about being a tomboy. My mother tried her best to force me into cute clothes as long as she could, but she could only put up with my resistance for only so long. I was a certified tomboy, and she could only hope and pray I would grow out of this phase. I can totally relate. But my favorite part of the book is when Issa goes into categorizing black people. I didn't even know that many categories of a race existed, and she was spot on with the ones I was familiar with, had come in contact with, or seen portrayed in some movies, namely the insecure black, the know-it-all about blacks black, the militant black, the ratchet black, and the woe is me black. Now, I won't be reading the definition of all of them because you can just buy the book if you want to know. But I'll do just 2, starting with the ratchet black. The ratchet black. Previously known as the ghetto black or the hood rat black, these blacks are always pitted as black embarrassment. They are generally referred to as the bottom of the barrel blacks. Shaped by their environment, they are frequently feared and misunderstood. Yup, definitely come across one of those. The militant black. Extremely proud to be black. For the militant black, everything is about race. This black experiences both pride and paranoia. This black has experienced racism at every turn and refuses to let you succumb to the same. Some militants are very hostile towards whites. Some are even bigoted where other ethnicities and nationalities are concerned. This black is often a Muslim convert and typically celebrates Kwanzaa and scoffs at you for celebrating white Jesus' Christmas. The approach. In your attempts to appear tolerant, be wary of what comes out of your mouth to this black. Conversation tips. Hold back. Everything you say can and will be used against you and misconstrued. Where is the lie? But the part of the book that made me laugh out loud was when she was describing how awful one of her co-workers was. Let me just read you a paragraph or 2. She gave Capricorns a horrible name. Not only was she always late, but she was an absolute mess. All the Capricorns I know are impeccably neat, and her workspace frequently looked like a dirty, booted Tasmanian devil had done the Harlem Shake on her desk. She frequently told me news that I had already heard, as she clickety-clicked her clipboard, scrolling through her Yahoo News homepage with the afternoon recap of stale morning news, asking me, "Did you hear about?" for every story she came across. She was aggravatingly stubborn. It was her way or the highway, and she would cover her ears and shout at the top of her lungs, throwing the geriatric equivalent of a temper tantrum if you challenged her. She was incredibly two-faced, yet convinced that everyone loved her. Now that's real. Now skipping ahead to Issa's realization. Sometimes it's essential to look at your annoying coworker and find out what it is that's truly bothering you about them. Is it the lazy coworker's apathy addicted to your inner hard worker's sense of ambition? Is it the asshole in customer service helping you to realize the negativity in which you're shrouded? If a company is only as good as its weakest employee, then what does that say about you and the job you hold? Mic drop on that one. And on that note, this video has come to an end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you got a laugh out of it. And I'll see you guys on Thursday.